Okay, so here's the plan of action for the night. There are four side missions that we can start doing. I want to do the time-limited events because one of them will get me a free character. And also, I just want to talk to Damionis again. Beyond that, there's 2 character quests, I believe, that we can start via a text message. I think they might be related to Fate's Atlas. We'll try to do them in order, but it'll depend on which text message we answer first. Because I don't know which one starts which. And then there's, I think, something about Arcadia, which makes me think of the Troll Hunters series for some reason. But beyond that, I don't have anything else planned. We're mostly building up our reservoir of Stellar Jade because by the time you're watching this on YouTube, the banners will switch over, Aglaia will be out, but we're not pulling for Aglaia, we'll be pulling for Robin. I kind of regret skipping her last 2 banners after realizing how much certain teams need her to function these days because HP inflation is kind of getting a little bit ridiculous. It's not just about having the top tier DPS, you need the top tier support too, apparently. And then, if we don't get Robin, I guess we could always try our luck on Tribby on her upcoming banner in 3.1. So that is the plan of action. Got so many things to do. I'm in the middle of like a huge heavy storm over here on the west coast. So we might just lose power. You never know. But where was this rain like at the beginning of January when we were getting all the fires? So, whereto shall we go? I was once in Arcadia and Disquieting Dream. These are the 3 ones that I want to do. And we will definitely get around to doing them. I want to at least start these 2 because these 2 are going away. And I would at least like to get some of it recorded, even though it's probably just going to be a repetitive amount of puzzling. I don't really know what the contents of either of these events is. Alright, so let's start by speaking with Damionis. This probably is going to be the big event. Because this is the one that gives us free 4-star. Could you imagine if they ever gave away a 5-star during an event? Even if it was a standard banner, I would still think that'd be pretty neat. Like the Cosmodicy event, or the Decorate Your Room event. Imagine if you got a free 5-star from the standard banner from doing that.
Need something? If not, then I'll be leaving.
I will conquer the skies. I swear it.
Esteemed Outlander, your timing is impeccable. I, Damionis, recently made yet another significant discovery. Again? I heard about you currently working on some kind of plan. Where did you... I mean, you're right. I, Damionis, have discovered a superb business opportunity lying outside the walls of the Holy City. Do you want to join in, hero? If we get our hands on it, we'll surely become the trailblazers of a new era. Great fortune is awaiting us. You got me in hot soup last time. You're actually interested in making money? Well, I yearn for the skies, but I should also occasionally have to turn my face back down to Earth. I hear you're from World from Beyond the Sky, so you might know this, but the Holy City used to span across a far greater lands than what you see now. A long time ago, countless allied cities existed around Okema, in the same way that Oronyx's stars surrounded the Dawn device. Okema was the true eternal city back then. People did not think as if their city, but rather a motherly figure. When one stood atop the hill, they looked outward, and everything we could see was our territory. Then the black tide raged stronger. The area within the city walls became the only safe place. while all other regions gradually grew deserted. How tragic. Isn't it? But it's also thanks to these events of the past that we have the opportunity to strike it rich. When Nikador was still active, everything beyond the walls of the city was living under the Mad King's shadow. Their giant spear even sent some states buried several feet into the ground. We're not going to reach those places for sure. His Titankins are beginning to die down now that you've defeated the Mad King, making this the perfect time to go on an adventure. The ancient cities may be in utter ruin by now, but I'm sure some parts of them managed to remain as they were, say places that have been buried underground. I found an underground palace beneath the ancient Hypogeum around here a while ago. Just dig up those treasures and you can stay forever, however long you want in the Holy City. Heck, you can even buy whatever you want here. What's a Hypogeum? Massive underground building complex that was likely used as a vault to store valuable items and safeguarded with defense mechanisms that may still be functioning. In any cases, our plan is simple. I'll lead the way and you sort out whichever mechanisms that remain. And when we finally get to the treasures, we can split them 3-7. Why am I only getting 70% of the treasure? You're only taking 30% of the treasures? Don't you want more? Those are both funny answers. Huh? I'm getting 70. The 30% is yours. You have a chance to reconsider your words. Oh, alright, I'll admit that we can't do this without you. The same goes for me. Let's both compromise, and agree on an equal split. Negotiate any further and it'll be 9-1 split. Fine. Excellent. That's why I like working with people like you. I already have the ideal route to go down through the city walls. Let's set off now. Let's go. Alright. This is the map to view the Hypogeum. The rooms have been marked on it. Alright, so Prophecy Tablet, Golden Scapegoat, Deep Hypogeum. Alright. So yeah, this is just going to be puzzle solving, I guess. This should be pretty easy. I don't even know if I'm going to leave this in. I've gotten pretty good at these. Come to a vassal city outside the Okema. Oh, interesting. We hear, based on my previous scouting of the area, this should be the way to the Hypogeum. Giannis's power supposedly protected this place. It used to be a shelter to resist the Black Tide. But years later, this place looks so similar to Okema. Sounds like a safe place. We're not going to find anyone in there here, right? Why would we? This place was abandoned even before it could be served as a shelter. People later realized that the Black Tide does not retreat once it takes over a location, so even if the most robust of shelters would not hold out for long. Rather than making themselves comfortable somewhere safe, while waiting for death and claim them, they decided that they should prevent this disaster from ever occurring. So it only stands that there's a high chance of finding valuable treasures in there, provided we can break this seal. Seal? See that thing over there? It's a prophecy tablet, the creation of Oronyx, the Time Titan. Its containment mechanism is the very thing keeping this gate locked. It should actually be the authority of Giannis, but seeing how close the three Titans of Fate were, I guess it does make sense for them to share their powers. Anyhow, as long as the tablet is active, we're not going to be making any progress. Since you're the hero who fought alongside the Chrysosayers, I assume it wouldn't be difficult for you to break this seal. I'll be waiting for the good news then. Are we going to get a story like this for every single one of these? Yeah, I know how prophecy tablets work. Combine, match, puzzle. And then we go you there and you there. Oh, it's open. I knew I had to bring you along. I wouldn't have been able to open it on my own. Alright, I have no idea what we're going to encounter once we walk through here, but that's the spirit of adventuring. Just the thought of it excites me. Didn't you already draw a map of the place? I asked help from the from Achilles' priest, and I was able to use the prophecy and my personal expertise to briefly survey the area. However, if we want to know what's actually in each room, we will have to find out ourselves. In any case, we had better press on. Alright, Prophecy Tablet, Room 1. Let's just keep progressing then. Room 2. I don't know why I can solve
Pretty
those just at a
underwhelming.
glance sometimes. Maybe they'll get harder. If you want to watch a really funny video of someone struggling, Camden, the VA that is the voice of Aventurine in English, or got stuck on like a scapegoat puzzle for like 20 minutes. I felt bad watching it, to be honest.
Who came up with this? Seriously, go rewrite it.
Hurt is so mean. Okay. What are the rewards for? All the prophecy tablet? Let's just do all the prophecy tablets first. Because they do chronologically in order. This will get me a bunch of free stuff. All the way in room 4. Ooh. That does look promising. And unfortunately, it was relatively quick to do. Ooh, this looks promising. I mean, we have extras. Okay, this one actually looks somewhat difficult. So let's try that. Ooh, okay. This one, actually, I have to think. It doesn't just click into place immediately on this one. But, unfortunately, it didn't take me 20 minutes. If you want to watch someone struggle at these, I'm not the person you want to be watching. If you want someone to do a walkthrough, I'm also not the person that you should be watching. I didn't honestly want to record this. Ooh, now that's a neat looking pattern. Okay, so they have to overlap in a very specific way here. Okay, so let's try down here. Okay. So it definitely has to overlap there. let's try this. No. Okay, this one might actually make me need to think for a bit. Hmm. Oh, I think I figured it out. So we want to do that, and that. I figured it out. Okay.
Pretty underwhelming.
Not 20 minutes, but I actually had to think quite a bit there. And that was the final one. Now for Golden Scapegoat. Give me all my Stellar Jade for Robin. We're not going to have a lot of pulls for Robin, but we're going to dump as many as we can into her. If we don't get her, we don't get her. Alright, Golden Scapegoat. Do we get more dialogue with Damionis here? You head deeper to the Hypogeum. Along the way, you step on countless bricks. Alright, as expected, here's another door, and along with it, another seal. So who's the guy that makes the goat puzzles? This looks like a creation of Georgios, the Earth Titan. Why is he here? Georios. I don't remember how to pronounce this one. Granted, that's the reason we just have to solve it, right? Do you need me to eat some soil? If you believe that doing so would help you disguise yourself as a Dromas, I don't think that'll be such a drastic step. This is really necessary. Anyway, you should first try and see if you can break the seal. We can still flee if anything goes awry. Golden Scapegoat. I find that the easiest ways to solve these is to try to work backwards. There's two platforms down here. So we have to make it so that our clone, which appears in 3 turns, ends here. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I overthought that one. unfortunately. I thought it would be more complicated than move forward. I can't believe you succeeded again. Perhaps this place isn't as well defended as I had imagined. Let's continue onward. Hopefully there will still be items in this place valuable enough for us to bring back. Alright, Scapegoat 1. Meet Scapegoat 2. Sadly, it doesn't look like these are going to count for the progress of solving a bunch of golden scapegoats. I still need to explore the map and find, like, the 2 or 3 I haven't found yet. So we have 4 moves, and our 4th move has to land on the button. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Difficulty 2, now on to difficulty 3. Oh, isn't this the ballroom? Okay, so we have 4 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems simple enough. Looks like all the hard puzzles are going to be in that extra difficulty mode. Okay, we'll move on to Hand of Zagreus later. I want to see what the hard scapegoats look like. Difficulty 4. Oh, here we go. 5. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only figured out how to get the button in 5, and then I had to think on the fly on how to not get hit by the double. But these have already stepped up a bit. Number 5, the penultimate puzzle. For Golden Scapegoat, at least. Ooh, 6, huh? So let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At least I can show off my process for trying how to solve puzzles like this. Only one more. I really like Golden Scapegoat. Oh, this is the sword ceremony room, right? No, actually, no, this is somewhere else. This is the sculpting room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? Okay, so if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that gets me there. Just doing some quick maths so that I don't run into them. And just like that, we've done all the scapegoats. So what kind of puzzle could a Hand of Zagreus puzzle be? But before that, let's just grab all our rewards. How many of these do I have to do to get this unlocked? 10? So once I finish the Hand of Zagreus's, we'll actually unlock the character without even having to do the miracle. Assuming that there's 2 of the hard mode Zagreus puzzles. There might not be. Winds will continue to blow for... Alright. It's really quite spacious here. In fact, it's comparable to the size of the holy city it is nowadays. Can't believe such a place would be located within a tiny antiquary town. The archaeological craftsmanship of those days was truly advanced. Kema's ancestors must have been quite wealthy. Of course, even as far back as the Chrysos War period, Okema has always been an undisputed eternal city. Let's set the discussion aside for now. Do you see those complicated paths? It seems that progressing onward won't be as easy as the task before us. The door here is sealed, and just like the other rooms, and yet there's a silver lining. Look over there, it's a Hand of Zagreus. According to the legend, the object that was created by Zagreus, although it can grab heavy objects, only people of sufficient talent can control it. There are so many gold coins here, this must be related to the stealing test. I guess we just need to steal enough coins for the seal to unlock. I don't have any kind of talent to activate that thing. You want to give it a try? So just grab the coins. That doesn't seem too hard. Hand of Zagreus, stone control platform, quit button, coins. The hitbox to grab these coins is pretty big. Why move when the coin just moves into me? Does that count as clearing the trial? Although this is not the first time I've seen this item, I'm still curious about one thing. Can such an enormous hand really be used for theft? Any infiltration can be considered flawless if no one is around to witness it. Shouldn't breaking open the main entrance of a bank be considered a form of robbery? If that's the case, then the assassins can be considered to have accomplished their infiltration by eliminating all witnesses. Zagreus is a terrifying titan indeed. Well, looks like the atmosphere is livened up quite a bit. Press on, then. So that was a little bit too easy. So what kind of complicated stuff is going to be in the next one? It's the Oronyx puzzles that I'm worried about. Those time puzzles tend to be the head-scratchers. 45 coins of whimsy? This isn't going to be hard. This is going to be tedious. Just let them come to me. And now we wait. Money should be falling from the sky! I just realized there's more than 45 coins in here. So that was a little bit too easy. What are the hard puzzles? I expected at least to have to use like the picking up objects things with the Hand of Zagreus. Or like maybe destroying terrain. Is it just going to be coin collecting? Looks like it's just gonna be coin collecting. There's a lot of animation on the hand of Zagreus when you really stop to look at it and analyze it in depth. There's a whole lot of extra coins in here. I guess in case people are like really bad at chasing down the moving ones. So if that was supposed to be the intermediate difficulty, I guess, what is the other hard one? Ooh, ooh, are we actually going to use the other abilities on the hand? Zagreus punch! Oh, I knew it couldn't be that easy. Let's just do this for fun. Gotta make it more fun. Saw coins moving somewhere earlier. There they are. Well, so much for those being difficult. Alright, final puzzles. Oronyx has a few different puzzle mechanics. I wonder which one it's going to be. Is it going to be the book one? Or the orb one? Looks like it's the book one. This area should be the vault where the treasure would be stored. By estimating how far we've traveled, it seems like we're close to our goal. Keep going for a while longer. Victory is at hand. Why do I feel like you're the one who isn't able to keep going? I really have some sense of foreboding. After all, my previous efforts have all come to naught. I think you're just bad at puzzle solving. Hopefully this time my effort will bear fruit. Looks like we can't pass through the area directly. You have any ideas? Tome of Miracles. By Kefali above. This is absolutely incredible. So we just gotta get across. Oh look, the Black Tide. I'm surprised that there's not like a tutorial on Black Tide. Unstable bridge, we've done this before. Yeah, what, has it ever thought or occurred to any of the architects that they could just build a stable bridge? Well, the door's open, you proceed on without hesitation like you did before, because one door's behind this door. By Kefali above, is there an end to this? If we wish to explore all of them, it'll take more than 3 lifetimes to do so. Now that I think about it, if there was really something valuable here, surely it wouldn't still be lying here for us to pick it up. Amiana sinks into despondency. Just like the time when it was first told that the world beyond the sky didn't actually exist. In fact, you can practically hear his dreams shattering into pieces. As long as you continue to blaze a trail, you'll reach your destination eventually. More rooms signify more possibilities, right? If you can't even get past this hurdle, how will you expect to venture beyond the sky? You're right. Since I'm already here, I owe it to myself to see this through to the end. However, if we're to continue onwards, I don't think I'll be of much help. Perhaps I should just stay by the entrance and act like a lookout. That way, if I spot an approaching monsters, I'll be able to warn you in time. You're not trying to escape, are you? Who do you take me for? Explorers never abandon their companions. Besides, if I were truly to abandon you, who would dare team up with me again when I return to the Holy City? I can figure out what's good for me. Oh, then let's look forward to our continued cooperation, dear hero. If you find anything valuable in there, just keep it with you for now. Be careful, for some upcoming paths may not be entirely lead further underground. If you encounter any danger, just run back to the entrance and find me. Darn, so he's gonna quit literally right before the last room in his shallow depths. But we're gonna explore the deeper depths. Oh, this room looks big. Golden memory dust. 2 different space times. This is the day-night one, right? And then this is the orb. Okay, now that that's on, we can turn this off. And now that bridge there is there in the present. Well, that was the treasure he was looking for. Alright, let's see what the hard puzzles look like. Because that last one honestly felt more like a tutorial than a puzzle. So we just gotta get to that box there, huh? Past these ones here. Is this one of the ones we can turn? Is it really that easy? Oh well. Maybe the last one will be hard. Oh, we gotta get up there now? Okay. I guess I never needed to move the bubble. I had it solved and then I unsolved it. Boy, do I feel dumb. Oh, and there's an orb here too. Huh? Oh, there's 3 chests in here. Well, one of them is literally just sitting here. Is there gonna be like a Zagreus thief or something?
This thing? What I've got is leagues beyond.
Okay, so clearly I need to move the one over here somewhere. This is the first time that I've actually had to think and try some different things.
This thing? What I've got is leagues beyond.
That gets me to it. And that makes it manifest into reality. This took a lot longer than I thought it would. Also, I feel like even running, we're not moving that fast. But hey, it looks like we did all of this event in under an hour. Final seals broken. Initially chaotic path merged into one, revealing a shortcut to the depths. Wait, there really is a hidden room? This place is even more classic than I imagined it to be. Regardless, since you explored the majority of the Hypogeum yourself, the honor of uncovering the depths should be also yours. You should continue onward. I'll stay behind and keep watch over your return path. Should the door suddenly slam shut, I will promptly alert you. Actually, we already did the deeper one. Oh! The shortcut expands. The deepest in Hypogeum. Lines of text are engraved on the surface of the chest. Although the chest has suffered significant wear and tear, the inscribed words are still legible. Graver of history. To the person who manages to reach this place, the fact that you are here means either the seals outside are no longer active or that you broke the seals yourself. Therefore, you are either very lucky or extremely intelligent. Why, thank you. The thread of the black tide grows ever stronger. We are forced to take as many of our belongings as possible and seek the holy city's embrace. No longer shall we live independently as Sabanians. Yet I am still hopeful that people will still remember the name of our native home, as well as the events that have transpired here. This is why I have left a tiny portion of my memories here. Perhaps someday people will return to my birthplace once more, and newborn children will learn about us and weep before this inscribed slate. Alas, I will not be around to witness such a scene. I pray that when the day arrives, we will still be able to construct a dome. The last Sabanian. When you open the chest, you find some ancient items inside, as well as a text to describe stone slab that has been covered in a layer of dust. These items from the File Legacy that were left behind by the Sabanians. It's cool, we found lore! Reunite with Damionis at a safe location. Find anything? I discovered some artifacts from the Hypogeum. Wait, really? Can I take a look at them? You show the Sabanian's legacy to him. How extraordinary. These are genuine pieces of ancient heritage, and this slab has been preserved surprisingly well. An exquisite relic indeed. I want to ask you to elaborate on what you've experienced. Keep these priceless treasures safe, for they are yours now. I suddenly feel quite emotional when I look at these artifacts. After all, they are proof of the good times that never last. The optimistic and preposterous Golden Age cannot flourish endlessly, just as progress and advancement are never a guarantee. Even the holy city, once viewed by the masses as a beacon of hope, will also eventually succumb to the ravages of time. If the people of that time were to witness the state we're in right now, they would probably gripe about how we're a bunch of unworthy descendants. At least you're still resisting the black tide. There's no need to put so much pressure on yourself. It might sour your ability to soar. Living is the best. Long live life. Yes, at least we're still alive. That is an accomplishment in itself. I hope that before the black tide descends upon us, there is still an opportunity for me to journey to the world beyond the sky. Huh. Anyway, should you take good care of these things, perhaps they will even be more valuable in a century from now. And that ends the event. That didn't take too long. And we got a lot of free stuff for our troubles. I think the Ting Yun would probably be the best grab. I'm still building her. By which I mean I haven't leveled up the new relic set that I put on her yet. But about an hour of work for a 20% benediction bonus.
Please let me show you some of our local hospitality.
Sure did E6 do? Ultimate regenerates 10 more energy to a target ally. That's kind of meh. It doesn't feel good for an E6. It feels good for like an E1 or an E2. You know what? I forgot that we have a bunch of these standard warps. So, let's do some of these. I mean, we're probably going to do a pull stream for Robin, next opportunity we got. I have 40, maybe just a short of 100 pulls. So we'll definitely guarantee a 5-star, but I don't think we'll be able to... I don't think we'll be able to win the 50-50, all things considered, when it comes to Robin's banner. But as for standard banner, we've got to be getting up there, right? 54. Alright. Let's go to 64. Come on, big money, big money, big money, big money! I don't think we got big money. Is there a 4-star I don't own yet? I don't think there is. Poised to bloom. Is that a Nihility cone? Or is it a Harmony cone? I don't think I have that cone yet. What is this new cone? Harmony. Lose Not Forget. Increase the wearer's attack by 16% upon entering battle. If 2 or more characters follow the same path, then those characters' crit damage increases by 16%. Abilities at the same time cannot stack. Interesting. If there's a Harmony that goes well with the Herda, this would be the Harmony cone for it. Alright. 74. Which I think puts us below Soft Pity still. People tell me that Soft Pity is 75, and then some people tell me that it's also 70, so I have no clue what to believe anymore. Resolution shines as pearls of sweat. That is a mouthful for a cone. Hey, I got another Misha. What Eidolons do I have Misha up to? Oh, I already have you E6. When did I get you at E6? Okay, well that's enough of that. Investigate cushion. A single cushion catches your attention. Its presence seems clearly out of place within its surroundings. Under your careful observation, you notice that the surface of the cushion is a little strange. Logically, a cushion should be soft inside, but this cushion is something very hard sticking out of it. You decide to... Probably best not to damage other people's... How strange. This requires thorough inspection. After great effort, you finally manage to tear off the cushion's cover as a scroll falls from the inside. Secrets of Wisdom. Obey the Codex of Circe's earth-nourishing quintessence. In fine writing, Giorgio's fertile soil. Spring life's blessing. In fine writing, Phagos' sacred filter. Bestowal of wisdom inheritance. In fine writing, Circe's tree seed. Offering beneath the giant tree, Eye of Wisdom will examine your devotion and bestow a reward. Simple but strange pattern is drawn on the base of the scroll. An eye formed of the branches staring at the divine statue ensnared in vines. From the content of the record inside, it seems that there is instructions for some kind of mysterious ceremony attached to a note that says, made by the disciples. The scroll has aroused your curiosity. Though you have experienced all sorts of summoning ceremonies inside of Okema, this will be the first time you've experienced personally from the beginning. Will you try it? Couldn't hurt, I guess. Having made up your mind to carry out the ceremony personally, you begin carefully study the contents of the scroll. Ceremony initiation requires 3 types of objects. You notice something is gilded at the bottom of the scroll. The patterns of the 3 items are embedded in golden stamps. You notice, okay, you take a few steps, notice the light on the surface. Finally understand what the thing is used for. It is silently telling you that the 3 ceremonial items are nearby. Perhaps they have been hidden away by the disciples. You may be able to find something if you search carefully.
More guests in the Grand Baths lately.
Search for the required materials for the mystical ceremony. Bottom is stained with dirt. You can even find traces of spiderwebs. It's been abandoned where this thing can be used. Rummage through it. It's a trash can. Discover 2 things inside the basket. A bag filled with dirt and a number of small nut-like objects. Though they may seem like trash to the untrained eye, your sharp intuition alerts you to something. There seems to be a faint light coursing across their surfaces. Mystical black soil. Mystical seeds. In fine writing, Fagosa's sacred filter. Unremarkable box must have necessity when it comes to storage. It looks like it could be easily smashed with a baseball bat. However, you are an experienced trailblazer. You understand now that one must not act recklessly. So you use the nimble fingers to open the box's cover and find a dusty bottle containing an unidentified liquid. Looking into it, you imagine it must be some kind of drink. The bottle has the symbol of Fagosa. Looking at its color, you can see that it is not as clear as a regular spring water and has suspicious cloudiness to it. However, you also notice something special about it. As it sloshes around, you see flashes of sparkling starlight. Mystical filter. Alright, let's see what this weird ritual ceremony thing is. The tree trunk is engraved with the mark of Circes. As so many years have passed, only a thin layer of the original engraving remains, making it hard to notice at first sight. Comparing the location of the scroll script, you are certain that this is the location for the mysterious ceremony. There is something strange about the dirt beneath you. Perhaps the countless ceremonies performed here before have hardened the earth. Bury everything. As you are hit by a bizarre fluctuation of energy, your head feels a little faint. Oh! Could it be the ceremony is a success? You find it hard to believe, but you look at the object that suddenly appeared before you, suspended in midair. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck in it. Good thing we can teleport from anywhere. Confused disciple. Number of voices begin to sound through your ears. Their words sound muffled as if they've traveled a great distance. Ah, another follower bearing offerings in search of wisdom. You have brought blessings 3, Titans, Georgios, the soil that nurtures all living things, Fagosa, the ever-reaching springs that bring life. Seeds of Circes. Those will absorb all nutrients until they blossom and bear fruit. The golden fruit of wisdom tree. We stand in its shelter, you and me. But where is the golden fruit, Circes? Why must you taunt your loyal disciples like this? Shush! Quiet! You must not disrespect the gods. I understand completely. This tree has grown too old. So old, yet it has come to the end of its life. Where can I get this golden fruit? The voices fall into complete silence, leaving your question unanswered. But you quickly understand what has happened. Long ago, the disciples of Circes would draw some kind of power from this tree. However, after countless ceremonies, even the tallest tree of the past grows old and unable to meet the demand of the insatiable ceremonies. You have no idea how long it's been, but this ceremony was eventually either abandoned or forgotten, and the disciples of Circes are very rarely attempted it again. That is, until your arrival. However, the tree no longer has anything to give you. The tree roots push a few items towards you, as if trying to leave them at your feet. As you raise your head to look at the tree, The painted eyes engraved in its trunk seem to both be looking at you and staring off at some broken alien vision. The rotten offerings you gave have also disappeared into thin air, as if they never existed. Fruitless tree. Gene bank. Well, that was definitely weird. So, do I want to start this event, or I'll start it later, I guess? We've only been going for an hour. And I can go a little longer. Esteemed guests, you are near the Dromus workshop. It seems commotion has broken out there. You think you can go take a look? I can't get away at the moment. Leave it to me. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Thank you, I'll leave you to it. Alright, please refrain from mentioning my name. Thank you, esteemed guest. Whereto shall we go? To the Dromus workshop, huh? Alright, what's this commotion going on over here? Citizens, we have seen it too. It was this Outlander. Liluder the Wealthy. That my beloved boss man would exhibit such a major mood swings, refusing to receive guests for days on end. It is the trickery of an Outlander. Flustered Outlander. Slander. I only petted it lightly. Who knew your Dromas would be so timid? Huh, lightly? My Dromuses are the sacred beast blessed by Georgios the Earth Titan. They are nigh priceless. Like Boss Man here, it loses its appetite when it's frightened. Without food, it won't have the strength to carry people. And if it doesn't work, I'll lose that much more money in a day. And look at these beautiful scales. They are a little shabby, but when did this scratch appear? You must have done so with your grubby fingers. That was already there to begin with. Stop making excuses. No one else touched it besides you that day. You will pay for your losses. What happened? Oh, look who's here. Even the hero who fought alongside the Chrysos here stands with me. Justice does in the hearts of people. In recent times, Boss Man had been unusually lazy. I noticed something amiss and personally stood guard by its cage. Guess who I caught red-handed? This Outlander. He would come here on time every day, get close to Boss Man, pinch it, and pinch it violently. My heart bleeds for its abuse. I was massaging it. I noticed something off with its behavior, surmising that it was overworked, and wanted to ease its pain. An owner like you, working your beasts of burden to the bone without a day off, even mountain dwellers would be hard-pressed to keep up. How we rear our livestock in Okema will not be dictated by the ignorant outlanders such as you. Are you disrespecting our customs? Nosy bystander. That's right, I don't know much about Dromuses. This outlander is overstepping his boundaries. Yeah, that one might be even another remnant of the Zagreus worshippers. Look at them sneaking about. Hear that? According to our laws, now you have two choices. Resolve this with compensation, or I'll see you in civilian court. I'll take it to court. But I have no money. Don't blame me, then. Where are the guards? It's time to earn your keep. That's a little overboard, isn't it? As a trailblazer, I'll take care of all expenses. You heard that? Pay up. Fight, fight, fight! Let's be reasonable. Overboard? I'm in the wrong for seeking compensation from a criminal? Lord Liluder, you are mistaken. This last's words may have been candid, but the reasoning is sound. As the conflict gradually reaches a breaking point, a geezer emerges. And who are you? Is it Soctires? Is that supposed to be Socrates? No, it's Soctires. 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 Just an ordinary geriatric Lord Leluda. I reckon you must have knowledge of the matter. From your confident poise, I have a few questions regarding the pack beasts. Huh. Not only the dromuses, I also know the merchandise like the back of my hand. Ask away. Is he gonna do the Socratic method on him? As the guardian of these dromuses, what is the most commonly known characteristic of Zagreus, the Earth Titan? Need you even ask? It's earnest hardship, tenacity, and a thick hide. Then how should dromuses blessed by Zagreus be manifested? In the same way, obviously. On this note, everyone may be asking a question: if this dromus were here blessed by a titan, how could such a tough creature have a scratch on its scales? I shall hazard a guess at this. When the city was attacked, the Mad King's kin wrought destruction along the streets, causing damage to many dromuses. The scars on its scales are a testament to its glory, but as a servant of the earth, mud covered its scar, preventing anyone from noticing. Till the gentleman gave it a massage, causing the mud on its scales to be kneaded off, and thus was the scar revealed. Ha! How ludicrous! You think your outrageous rhetoric will acquit him of having to compensate me? If you didn't like that, there are other theories as well. That this dromus wasn't blessed at all, and that it's just unusually frail. Or the scar wasn't even made by that gentleman to begin with. I believe Lord Leluda is most aware of the truth. You are free to choose your explanation, no matter which one it may be. Fine, I'm not pursuing the matter today. Just don't let me catch that outlander doing anything funny. This conflict was resolved way too quickly. The crowd is engrossed with gossipy discourse, some lauding the geezer's glibness, others sorry to see the drama end so soon. Mister, thank you so much. Alright, you run along quickly. Don't give anyone else a reason to speak ill of you, even if you did nothing wrong. Buster Outlander expresses profuse appreciation and disappears into the crowd. Don't be in such a hurry to leave, young friend. I still have something to say. So, who exactly are you? My name is Soctires. the most witless geezer in And the oracle came from on high in Delphi and said that the wisest was indeed Socrates, for he truly knew that he knew nothing. My name is Soctires, the most witless geezer in Okama, and the most devoted seeker of knowledge. Your support for the Outlander left a deep impression on me. Kind souls are rare in most cities. I really did what I had to do. You flatter me. It looks like you are a habitual altruist. I believe it necessary for us to have a deeper conversation. This former Eternal City has always been generous in opening its doors to outsiders. But as the black tide encroaches, the goodwill in its people's hearts may slowly give way to misgivings. It is a long story. We should look for a place to speak about this more comfortably. How about Memorial Palace Baths? I am a privileged patron there. If you don't mind, I'll go run a bath first. You can take a look around. Citizens are still mulling over what just happened. You might hear something of interest. Whereto shall we go? We have now met the illustrious Socrates. Good old Socrates. For those who don't know. You can actually talk to good old Cestias over there, and he'll feed you some of the Dromus feed, and you get an achievement. Meet with Socrates in Memorial Palace. Optional. Listen to the citizens' discussion. Why did this matter have a happy ending? Who will fill the hole of boredom within me now? Have you considered joining a tavern? Oh no. Are we inviting him to the masked fools? What's that? A place where Phagos' disciples congregate? I'm not interested. I just want to see Outlanders make fools of themselves. Some among them like to test the law's patience. Take me, for example. I have a bakery. It doesn't earn much most days, but it can make ends meet. It started about 2 weeks ago. There would be Outlanders standing by the entrance when I closed up, hoping that I would offer any unsold bread to them. I didn't think much of it at first, but the people who could afford them caught wind of this and also came by to take advantage of my kindness. Everyone ended up wanting free bread, and my business suffered. Doesn't sound like the Outlanders were at fault. Couldn't you have just not offered bread to those citizens? If I didn't, they would just call me miserly, offering bread to Outlanders but refusing my countrymen. Business would be even worse then. Outrageous. Can't these guys just find a job and pay for their own bread? Well, that's one stance. Bah! What are these Outlanders doing, being so hardworking? They're even willing to work for the Dromuses free of charge? Looks like there's not enough work to go around. Being hardworking is a bad thing? It may be a virtue to citizens, but with the Outlanders showing up, it spelled nothing but trouble. There weren't many Outlanders who came by the Holy City in the past, so the Council of Elders agreed to let them enter in batches. But who would have thought that these ruffians were so exceptional? They only had 2 conditions while looking for a job: food and lodging. You didn't even have to pay for their work. Oh my god, is this like a fucking... They're upset about migrants coming in and taking up all the jobs? Is that what they're complaining about? Wow. Honkai Star Rail getting really topical for a game that is not written with Americans in mind. But that just seems to be a problem that's pretty universal. Everybody tends to be a little bit xenophobic when it comes to people coming in from outside of their country. You didn't even have to pay for their work. No business owner in their right mind would want to hire any locals with such affordable staff. I can't work for no pay. Why don't you look for a job beyond the walls? Why don't you create a new stall? Easier said than done. The market's only so big. How many more stalls can it hold? Anyway, the Council of Elders is already discussing the Outlander problem. We can't wait for official word before acting. Sorry, we can wait. Independent thinking citizen. Please tell me you have something wise to say. That old man sure has a silver tongue. It's not the first time the looter has tried to make things difficult for Outlanders. Well, that backfired on him this time. When the next drawing of lots ends, he'll probably still be struggling for a while. That'll be a funny sight to see then. Drawing lots? What lots? To enter the city, the Holy City has taken in many people, and accommodations and other resources are limited, especially after Nigador's attack. We can't turn them away, of course, so if the Outlanders wish to enter the city, they'll have to draw lots to qualify. But Lady Tribby brought back a group of Giannis priests some days ago, and they didn't have to draw lots to enter the city. Talented individuals are a precious commodity in times of need. The situation in the city is complicated. Everyone seems to have their fair share of arguments. The citizens are locked in their bickering, and the Council of Elders will likely reserve judgment for now. Word of advice. Learning to think for yourself is essential, just like me. You actually had some pretty nice input. Okay, let's go meet up with Soctires. Oh, he's like literally in the center of the baths. Bath pool is huge. Look at that old man's bath be. Oh, it's you, young friend. Come on down, the water's just right. Only a hot bath will satisfy me. Can I not go down? And I'll gladly accept it. You enter the bath, as he said, the temperature is just right. Where should I begin? How about we start with you? I hear that Nikador's brethren were running rampant in the city when you first arrived in Okama. Before the attack happened, the occasional outlanders seeking refuge would come here for shelter. Their cities had been razed to the ground, and they would not survive long in the wasteland. And now the number of refugees seeking protection in the Holy City is rising, because you defeated Nikador, and made the journey to Okama much safer. Trailblazers garner much merit. You mean I caused this problem? Remain silent. It's because they didn't pay the toll? How cruel. Exactly. Survival is a luxury. The homeless refugees who face the black tide, they have zero chance at victory. Resources during disasters are scarce, and Okama can't take in too many outlanders. Welcoming everyone will only plunge the city into chaos. Right now, the most of these outlanders have been situated in a shelter far away from our city walls. The conditions are much better than the wastelands, but city guards protecting the place, but it will never grant them a sense of security akin to their homes. So the Council of Elders came up with a temporary solution to allow only a small number of outlanders into the city, deciding by drawing lots. This method may be unfair to those who object, because the Council has rigged the process to select the useful ones. Strong men who have a mastery over special skills and proficiency in heavy labor stand the highest chances, while old folk and children in tow are the lowest, even if they require more assistance. How about no one gets allowed in then? That's the most fair. No, it ain't. So the Council of Elders recognizes strength as well. Sounds hardly fair. Alas, there is no evidence to prove that this sorting really exists. Even if the citizens think that this is the authority of the host city, we have the right to decide who we help. Akama's resources are limited, but there is enough to aid most of the outlanders. The real question is, are we willing to pay the price? If a group of strangers was starving at the gates, and they could live with a mouthful of food, Akama would be more capable of saving them. But you and I would have one fewer bite. It is a sacrifice I am willing to make. One fewer bite of an apple, for example. I like apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. Then are you willing to relinquish an apple on your table in exchange for a stranger's survival? I would be willing to forego any number of apples to save a life. If it was just one, I'd be willing. I'll only agree to acts that don't harm my own interests. That would depend on what they'd have to in exchange. I wouldn't do it, even if there was no price. Be willing to forego as many apples as... the most noble answer. I knew you possessed a kind soul. We cannot force all citizens to make the same choice. The answers to this question incurred further discord. The city's people are locked in verbal conflict to this day. How I see it, at least, is that Okama should be tolerant. Even if we can't save everyone, we should embrace kindness and provide resources for others to live on. Because the true resource is people. A city without her people is like a vessel without a fine brew, unable to stand steadfast in the violent gates. Who knows? I fear only Oronyx's miracle may be able to give an answer. During your loud discourse, the youngster scriptiously cited... What? Paladin the Scholar. Oh my god. It's Politan. So we have Soctires and Politan. Socrates and Plato. Oh my god. For those who don't study philosophy, this is going to be a very boring stream for you. But for those of you who do, boy are you in for a nice treat. Which, by the way, one of the tracks on the soundtrack for the Amphorius is called The Allegory of the Cave. That's one of the EPs. Which is one of Plato's greatest theories. Or, writings, I should say. Master, what are you doing here? I had such a hard time finding you. I have news for you. Oh, it's you, Politan. I will have good news first. Unfortunately, I only have bad tidings. An Outlander group has arrived at the city gates not long ago. They did not attempt to enter the city. Their course is set directly for the Abyss of Fate instead. Their circumstances are unknown right now. Soctires is silent for a moment, as if contemplating the conundrum the student threw his way. The Abyss of Fate? Isn't it extremely dangerous there? Why did they not head to the Council of Elders' shelter? I don't know. Perhaps they have a conflict with faith in Akama, like the priest of Noldus. Good thing you're here, young friend. How about we survey the situation personally? Might I trouble you to come with us? Happy to help. It can't be a wasted trip. Can I not go? Happy to help. You are most forthright. I must treat you to a meal when we return to Akama. I am ready, master. Let us set off. What is going on with this questline? Master, look. Those things. Though expected, the Mad King's kin are admittedly resilient, Politan. You may stay safe, young friend. I'll be counting on you to watch my back. Ooh, that line's got me all fired up. Master, you knew martial arts all along? No, I simply seized the chance to rally those refugees so that they would keep calm. Get away from me, monsters. Now! I'm loving the Greek philosophy angle of this world. Hurry to the temple. It's safe there. Follow me.
Curiosity. Endless riddles. Nothing but a void. Expand your thinking. Glimpse the unknown. Time to twirl!
Time to twirl. Wounded Outlander. As for these people, they're not doing well. Some were already injured before we got here. Indeed, and from the look of them, they haven't had a proper meal for a while. Who's in charge here? Here. The woman holding a child emerges from the crowd. Thank you all so much, especially the gray-haired hero. How can we ever repay you? I can wait. Why didn't you go to the Holy City's designated shelter? There are sentried garrisons there. It's much safer than here. Shelter? Guards? I overheard the guards before talking about some Dromus workshop incident. Drawing lots, resource allocation, and whatnot, so I didn't dare ask them to clarify. I think the burden on the Holy City is already heavy enough. Even if we beg the guards to let us in, it would only add to their troubles. And in the end, it would just lead to an unpleasant situation. If that's the case, we might as well look for a nearby place to rest our feet, to see if we could fend for ourselves. Who would have thought? Mama, will we die? Oh, fuck. How old is a kid to be saying stuff like that? I didn't know what the concept of death was till I was like 8. No, baby, it won't happen for as long as Mama is around. But Uncle Anthony and Sister Aisha, they look like they're really going to die. Tommy is hungry too. Didn't you say that we'd have something to eat once we got to the Holy City, Mama? When will we get there? I'm sorry, darling, I'm sorry. The woman crouches and holds her child tight, tears silently streaming down the corners of her eyes. Soctires softly clears his throat and pulls you to the side. Anyone who just suffered so much hardship would find it difficult to keep their emotions in check. Best give that mother and child some space. Yeah, they need it. The Outlander situation is much worse than I imagined. If we keep turning a blind eye, they will at least survive for the week. That is, if they aren't attacked by wild beasts first. Such is the tragedy of life. Brought this on the cells. How can we help them? It would be hard to bring them directly into the city, so we can only provide supplies for them. And I have an idea about that. The Holy City's shelter is only a half-day trek away from the city walls. There are guards there, so it'll be safer. It's just that the way these refugees are now, getting there would be difficult. They haven't much food to begin with, and that last attack has left them in urgent need of medical supplies. We can provide these two for now. When their wounded are healed, we can escort them to the shelter. The teacher, all medicine is now considered a wartime supplies in Okama. Distribution is under strict control. Most people won't even be able to buy any. I know, I will think of a way, at least to guarantee their survival. The good news is, food isn't strictly regulated. You can easily get enough food to feed these people for a week at the Memorial Market. So I suggest we split up. Paladin and I will secure the medicine, while our young friend buys the food. Brings some food back, after which we will reconvene here. Do I really need to come along? I was thinking of doing the procurement with the gray-haired here. I need a helper. Remember my instructions last month? I'm getting old. And there are many things that I need help for. If there comes a day when I haven't the strength to walk or step further, you'll have to take my mantle and carry on guiding the people of Okama. As you wish, teacher. For those who don't know how Socrates' story ends, basically he was accused of blaspheming and corrupting the youth, and they basically forced him to drink hemlock. It was execution by poison. Well then, so I don't expect this story to have a very happy ending, unfortunately, despite how much you seem to watch me enjoy it. Well then, before we set out, is there anything our friend wants to say? Don't forget to reimburse me then. Can't we notify the officials? Leave it to me. Lives are at stake. We've got no time to do it by the book. We'll report this to the Council of Elders when the problem is resolved. Sounds good to me. Sounds like these people's fates are relying on our success. I never thought a lowly apprentice like me would get a chance to perform such heroics. Sounds awfully exciting. Then we'll meet later, gray-haired hero. Mom, I don't want to eat this rock-hard bread anymore. My teeth are gonna fall out. Be a good girl and have one more bite. We won't have to eat hard bread next time, I promise. Yeah, I want a baked apple pie when we reach the Holy City. Wonder if I can buy an apple pie. My leg. Is it still there? I can't seem to feel it. Hang in there, the leader is already trying to help. You'll get better real soon. Don't go to sleep. Don't go to sleep. Okay. So we need something to treat a leg and an apple pie.
Need something?
So many food stalls
If
with
not,
varying in
then
price
I'll
and
be
quality.
leaving.
Which ones to choose? Demetria. Meet again, my adorable friend. Any fruit you want to eat? Want to create a food? Not fruit and vegetables, but food? You sure know how to create a quandary in me, little friend. This won't vex me at all, just wait a while. Demetria laughs as she enters the house. When she returns, several large baskets are hanging in her arms. They are so big you wonder how she's even carrying them. Besides fruit and vegetables, there are also meats and breads in the basket. As for their quality, you can only vouch for the mediocrity. After parading them in front of you, Demetria sets the baskets back behind the counter. She's probably tired from carrying them. What about it, little one? If you wish, I'll sell them to you for 4,000 balance coins. This shop's price and quality are acceptable. If I want middling option, this is probably it. I'll take another look around here. No worries. Take all the time you want. Kieros! Would you like to eat local specialties or perhaps something more outlandish that has been lost to time? Want a crate of food? A crate of food? Means I'll just have to flaunt my reserve stock then. Don't worry, the food here is Okama's finest. Even if it's not, it's still pretty up there. Kieros waves his hand from the room and helpers carry several ceramic vases containing food. It is as he said, they look delicious. Lush fruit and vegetables in a platter, aromatic soup, fresh from the oven, fine brew, emanating intoxicating fragrance. Each and every item is world-class and made with culinary intricacy. What do you think? If I told you I'd give you Akama's finest, of course, it costs quite a lot. It's 8,000 balance coins. Shop's quality is top-notch, and its price reflects that. If I want to give the Outlander something sumptuous, this would be a fine choice. I think the middling option sounds like the best one so far. That seems like a ridiculously over the top. Cunning merchant. I don't like the sound of this. Shopkeeper appears to have popped up overnight, since you don't remember seeing her at the market. Ah, welcome to Vibia's little shop. It's a great honor for a hero such as you to be gracing my humble store. Want a crate of food? Food, of course, I only have the most premium goods brought out to you. Shopkeeper drags out a dusty wooden crate from a corner and opens a corner. Shriveled vegetables, strange meats, bread as hard as steel. All signs indicate that this crate of food is obviously inferior beyond all atrocity. Before you even get a glance at the intricacies, she drags the crate back into the corner and covers it with a cloth. How about it? They just arrived yesterday, fresh as it gets. From which grave did you dig that crate up? How could you? I spent all that effort to steal, I mean searching for it. You shouldn't accuse an innocent. It's not expensive either. 2,000 balance coins. Cough it up if you want it. It's very cheap, but its quality remains suspect. It is a decent option if I intend to use substandard food to get those Outlanders off my back. I think I want to just go with the middle option. Where do you want the food delivered to? I can help with that. After politely declining the shopkeeper's offer to help, you bring the baskets back to the abyss. Politely decline. No, old lady, you've carried them far enough. I'll take it from here. How are they going to get medicine, though? Standard supplies. I want to eat baked apple pie. Soon. We're almost there. We'll get there in 3 seconds. Isn't that the gray-haired hero? Could you have... You hand over the basket's food inside with They aren't exactly delicacy. It's all food inside. They look pretty good, too. Mama, apple. It's an apple. Yes, honey, we can make an apple tarts today. They're not baked apple pies, but they taste just as good. Thank you for supplying us with the food, hero. I will distribute them to our companions quickly. Darling, say thank you to this kind lady. Thank you, kind lady. Then grabs the biggest and freshest apple from the basket and shoves it into your hands with a grin. Yes, you should have the biggest one. Silly child, why would our benefactors be satisfied with just an apple? and it was theirs to begin with. Before she can finish her sentence, a figure runs over in a hurry. The mother and child tactfully excuse themselves. Paladin, is everything okay? Grave news, hero. Master, he's... Meta. Catch your breath first. Whew. Alright, I'm calm. You have to listen carefully. In the beginning, Master said he had a way to get the medicine, but I had to be the one to transport it out of the city. He directed me to an alley and told me to return to take the medicine from him when a quint had passed. There was still some time, so I decided to find something to eat, but when I was done, it was almost action hour. I dashed out of the shop and headed towards the alley. I didn't get far before I saw Master walking with 3 guards. He wasn't cuffed, but I knew from his expression that he wasn't with them out of choice. I tailed the guards and found out that they had detained Master on the upper levels of Memorial Palace. There were a lot of people there, and I couldn't get close, so I hurried back to discuss the plan with you. Yes, I did find the medicine in that alley after all. It was a curious turn of events. You ever thought about how the medicine got there? Master bade me retrieve the medicine from the alley, and then he was arrested by them. Don't tell me. No, there must be some misunderstanding here. You're the hero who fought alongside the Chrysosers. Please, I have to explain Master's case to them. I'm sure the guards will listen. With that said, Paladin takes out the medicine pouch. Soctires has been captured. A misunderstanding is not beyond possibility, but it'd be better if I asked him in person. Paladin said he was being detained on the upper floors of the Memorial Palace, so he shouldn't be hard to find. Yeah, there's not really a lot of upper levels there. My leg, it's still there. Can't seem to feel it. Hang in there. They have the medicine. You'll get well in no time. Don't sleep. Bear with it. You have to bandage the wound. Okay. If I can improve people's lives at least a little bit, this is worth the effort. Hold it. What are you doing? Don't recognize me? I'm the one who slew the Mad King. Oh, it's the Outlander hero who fought alongside the 2 Chrysosers. My apologies. I can bend the rules for a short visit for an esteemed guest. I will inform you when time is up. Oh, that's the mean Council of Elders lady, isn't she? Why doesn't she not have a name above her head? The room's layout is quite cozy. There are no bars, no restraining devices. A modicum of respect has been left for whoever gets detained here. You're here, young friend. Soctires' eyes are somewhat avoidant, as if he's reluctant to have you see him in this state. Latin said you were caught by guards. He wasn't lying. As for the reason I was caught, even if I said nothing, I'm sure you can guess the gist of it. To help the Outlander secure medicine, I slipped into the Holy City supply warehouse. It is theft. I understand very well that I am committing a crime. As for how it ended, it was simply my just desserts. As to whether it was worth it, my only regret is that I didn't manage to transport more medicine out of the city into the hands of those who need it. I'm sorry for disappointing you. I may have to renege on the promise to treat you to a meal. What are you going to do now? I don't care if there was a better way. I respect his choice. According to the Holy City's law, they will make me stand trial. There's a high chance that they won't be lenient. The price must be paid for doing the right thing. Even more so for an ambiguously moral act like mine. Conducted to sate my own savior complex, I am fully ready to accept its consequences. Before the final moment arrives, my only wish is to eat another apple. Apple? Yes, apples are my favorite food. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's a pity we didn't get to know each other better. Otherwise, I could surely discuss this wonderful flavor of apples with you, along with many other matters. That reminds me, the girl in the abyss gave me an apple. Should I give it to him? Give him the apple. Nope. Why not? Oh, you actually have an apple on you. This is one of the 10 essential idiosyncrasies among sages. You learn fast. Thank you. I will have no regrets now. Gleefully crunches down on the apple. Sitting time is over. Outlander hero, it's time to leave. Will you release him? It's not up to me to decide. The public court will handle him. According to Soctires, he trespassed in the Holy City's warehouse, all to help a group of wounded Outlanders. We have already dispatched people to investigate. This may affect his sentencing. The trial will be held at Kafali Plaza in 3 days. We also invite you to attend, witness the justice of the Holy City's law. 3 days later at Kafali Plaza. Oh, we're fast forwarding. Alright, fellow citizens, order. Oh, we're getting to see the Council of Elders already? I am Elder Etro, of the Dawn Cloud, priest of Talantin. I am presiding over this trial, representing the will of the Council of Elders. The reason we are gathered here today is that the dearly respected public speaker, Soctires, has trespassed on the Holy City's warehouse and committed theft. I was about to say, where is he? Oh, he's behind the guy over there. According to the law, theft is a crime punishable by imprisonment, but in light of the motive of the case, it cannot be so easily judged based on precedent. And so, as per the tradition that we uphold, we have opened up the public court for everyone present to be the judge. May Talantin's justice be with us. Citizens' applause rise in a crescendo in response to the opening. The elder gestures for the clapping to cease. The controversy in this case lies in the fact that Socrates risked his own well-being to help a group of wounded Outlanders. However, it is enough reason for his sentence to be reduced. Or even acquitted. Elder Etro. To my right is the prosecution's representative and owner of the warehouse. Oh, that sucks. The wealthy Leluder. He believes that the punishment should be harsh to prevent future supplies from leaving the city. To my left is the defendant's representative and student of the accused, Scholar Palatin. He believes that the sentence should be light, considering the actions of the accused did indeed save many lives. Both parties have submitted documents. Before the trial starts, do any citizens have any questions? I do. As the sinner, I request to say a few words to everyone present. Hey, old fart, you were caught red-handed and you're still trying to charm your way out of this? The looters. Soctires has the right to speak. Thank you, Elder Etro. Soctires clears his throat, his eyes mirroring the Dromos as stared in the swampy mud. When such a creature is on the verge of death, its eyes are not one of wrath, but wet with tears. In the golden age long past, we were once divided as city-states, separate from one another. In the warring age not so long past, we once again divided ourselves as city-states, which became the reason for our battles. I'm sure everyone is very familiar with this stretch of history. Is he talking about, like, the Peloponnesian War, or I guess this universe's equivalent? But the Black Tide does not discriminate between cities. In its eyes, we are all human, insignificant existences. In the present day, there are no other cities left. Their names that which are oh so familiar, scattered to the winds. Which is why in reality, Outlanders don't exist. Which city do they hail from? The question posed before us is merely about whether we want to help a group of people who need it. As for my crime, precious time need not be spent on it. I can accept the punishment, but I only hope that everyone will take this chance to discuss the current question with clarity. What stance exactly does the Holy City take with the underprivileged? Where exactly are we leading this eternal city? That's all. I thank Elder Etro again for this chance. Now, before the trial starts, do any citizens present have any questions? I'm curious. How does our gray-haired guest view the situation? As the hero who fought alongside the Chrysosairs, your thoughts are of a very crucial import. Are they? Technically, I'm biased in this already. Oh, I just realized there's a hand of Zagreus holding a coin in the background over there. Oh, come on, Can. You can come up with a question. During the turmoil that occurred in the Dromas workshop, I chose to support the Outlander, and thus gained Soctires' appreciation. Later, Socrates invited me to discuss. I professed my sympathies towards the Outlanders at the bath in the Memorial Palace. After that, we once again met with the Abyss, the outsiders who needed aid. There I bought the Outlanders some meals that were a good bargain. From what I did, I think my standpoint is pretty obvious. You raise your head meeting Socrates' gaze, or Soctires, whatever they want me to call him, of respite as if saying, young friend, stay true to your heart. Support Scholar Platinum's defense. Maintain neutrality. I support Scholar Palantin's point. Mistakes incurred from saving lives should not be solely judged as a crime. I once saw those Outlanders with my own eyes, and they were indeed in dire danger. If not for Soctires securing medicine for them, the consequences would have been unimaginable. In light of this reason, I believe that sentencing should be reduced, sentencing should be suspended. He is not guilty. Sentencing should be... Master wasn't wrong about you at all. We stay true to our beliefs. Oh, we get to use the debate mechanic. The looter, the wealthy. Gray hair, you're supposed to be an Outlander hero who must have something grandiose to say before the people. I never figured I never figured you for a jabbering troublemaker. Representative the looter. If you have any objections, please respond with her without contempt. As everyone knows, theft is a crime, let alone selling regulated goods to Outlanders. How can this be considered a benevolent act? There should be another charge slapped on top of his crime. If it were up to me, I would have him executed. That'll set an example for other potential criminals. The looter, this is not a place to pursue personal vengeance. Everyone knows that you've always hated Master. All because he thwarted your petty attempt to frame the Outlanders. I only have Akima's interests at heart. Otherwise, by the next entry hour, the Holy City's warehouse would have been plundered clean. So many people present, maybe I should try to appeal to the public emotions. You should be executed just because you say so. He stood to gain nothing from his acts. It was his own ability that determined the theft's success. Use the Chrysosairs stealing a core flame as an example. Let's look at the dialogue. The next entry hour, the Holy City's warehouse would have been put clean. Everyone knows that theft is a crime, let alone stealing regulated goods to Outlanders. How can this be considered a benevolent act? There should be another charge. Yeah, let's use the Chrysosair example. I hear the Chrysosairs saw their duty to gather core flame and save the world, to declare a hunt against the Titans. Is what Socrates any different from theirs? Yeah, that was a bad thing. If stealing to save lives is such a heinous crime, are you insinuating that the present Akuma was built on injustice? If not, why are the Chrysosairs held as heroes, but Socrates a criminal? Don't get it wrong, those Titans were either mired in madness or simply did nothing. That's what caused the devastation of life. Chrysosairs gathered the core flames to liberate the Titans, and gave a possible path for survival to all mortals It is perfectly justified. We'll have our holy city's citizens mistreated outlanders? Have we harmed them? We merely turned them away at the city gates. The audience is engrossed in discussion, scattering among them the disciples of the Titans and Ethro. Somewhat embarrassed by the subject, the struggle. Both parties, subjects regarding the priceless heirs of the Titans, may be too sensitive to discuss. It would be best not to pursue this line of reasoning. I'll take a step back to assert this. If Socrates is really overcome with compassion, unwilling to further witness the Outlander's plight, why did he not use his own assets? Even if he donated his entire fortune, that would be his personal freedom to do so. But he should not have taken property that belongs to the people. Akima's property is only for the people of Akima. It's not like the supplies are going anywhere. And how much have you contributed to Akima? How do you define an Akiman? You mean an Akiman is determined by the moment they are born? If the first time you open your eyes, you aren't within the city walls, you'll never have a chance to join the city. Don't forget the Chrysos heirs who saved the city contain Outlanders. You do not undermine my gratitude for the heroes. Warrior Maide is the crown prince of Castrum Kremnos, and a warrior Phynon is the destined deliverer. The contributions they have made to Akima, not even 10,000 Outlanders can dream of garnering. It may seem that Leluder's words are true, but it is nothing but a straw man argument that has attracted disdainful stares from the onlookers. Everyone knows the Holy City's resources are limited. They can't be expended unnecessarily. Soctires gave our wealth to Outlanders. That will surely impact the living standards of the citizens. In the war against the Black Tide, mercy is a useless quality. To safeguard our lives, we must not show mercy to Socrates and his Outlander friends. Give him a little taste of destruction. Ooh, I don't like any of these options. What about after the war, then? Let's go with this one. Ooh, that one sucked. So you mean the Outlanders are our enemies too? We should be united with them against the external threats to fend off the Black Tide together. Outlanders did not attack the city, but they also did not partake in its defense. Akima survived because of her citizens. No Outlander should deserve. If I quit, can I actually go back?
A few moments later.
Okay. Let's try this again. You're supposed to be an Outlander hero who must have something grandiose to say before the people. I never figured you for a jabbering troublemaker. Representative Leluder, if you have any objections, please respond without contempt. As everyone knows, theft is a crime, let alone selling regulated goods to Outlanders. How can this be considered a benevolent act? There should be another charge slapped on top of his crime. If it were up to me, I would have Soctires executed. That'll set an example for other potential criminals. Leluder, this is not a place to pursue personal vengeance. Everyone knows you've always hated Master. All because he thwarted your petty attempt to frame Outlanders. I only have Akima's interests at heart. Otherwise, by the next entry hour, the Holy City's warehouse would have been plundered clean. Appeal to the public emotions. The crisis era was a bad idea. Let's go with my first choice last time. He stood nothing to gain. Selling to Outlanders? Those Outlanders were penniless. He would have done much better fencing the food to you instead. You may have gotten rich unscrupulously, but the fact is that you are rich. According to the city guard's findings, there was no evidence of any monetary transaction. I will ask the prosecution to not make any frivolous assumptions. Then let us change the subject, then. I'll take a step back and assert this. Socrates was really overcome with compassion, unwilling to further witness the Outlander's plight. Why did he not use his own assets? Even if he donated his entire fortune, that would be his personal freedom to do so. But he should not have taken property that belongs to the people of... Akima's property is only for the people of Akima. How do you define an Akiman? Well, that's what we did last time and it seemed to work. You mean an Akiman is determined the moment they are born? If the first time you open your eyes, you aren't within city walls, you never have a chance to join the holy city? Don't forget the Chrysosairs who saved the city contain Outlanders. You do not undermine my gratitude for the heroes. Warrior Maide is the crown prince of Castrum Kremnos, and Warrior Phynon is a destined deliverer. The contributions they have made to Akama, not even a 10,000 Outlanders can dream of garnering. It may seem that Leluder's words are true, but it is nothing but a straw man argument that has attracted disdainful stares from the onlookers. Everyone knows the Holy City's resources are limited. They can't be expended unnecessarily. Soctires gave our wealth to Outlanders. That will surely impact the living standards of our citizens. In the war against the Black Tide, mercy is a useless quality. To safeguard our lives, we must not show mercy to Soctires and his Outlander friends. You're not afraid of an Outlander revolt? What about after the war, then? I went to a city-state called Yarillo, where they had never triumphed in battle against the storm. Yet they already had plans to rebuild their home. This is something that you have never once considered. As long as time flows, the resources the Outlanders create will one day exceed their consumption. And the citizens' lives will be improved. Do you not wish to see such a day? Your rhetoric reeks of sheer idealism. The looter's attempts to salvage the momentum, but he can't stop the crowd from imagining the possibility. Yes, what else would inspire people more than the united front of creating a shared fortune? Well, that went a lot better. We should have just gone with communism from the beginning. As the final syllable drops, Elder Etros stretches out his hand and halts the looter's subsequent elaboration. The citizens recall the exchange that just happened, fervor still pulsating through them. Before realizing it, you've replaced Politon as the defense attorney and garnered more support. Well, the discussion is concluded. Everyone please cast your vote. Oh! Oh, hi, Aglaya. Isn't this your character quest or something? Probably not. I forgot that you were the one that actually sent us on this mission. Before we conclude, may I add a few words? Lady Aglaya. Hello, Elder Etro. I think I'm not too late. Aglaya's appearance spurs the spectators once more. Few civil cases can catch the attention of the Chrysosairs. Everyone's earlier discussions have been conveyed to me through the golden threads riding the winds. At such a critical time, instead of arguing over whether the holes in a garment are right or wrong, perhaps we should consider how we should mend them instead. Failing to punish Soctires, it will be unjust to the people and the law, but if the punishment is too harsh, it will cause the holy city to be seen as cold and tyrannical. Therefore, to strike a fair balance between the two, the best choice is change imprisonment to exile. Change imprisonment to exile? Our honored guest has offered some good ideas. Following her thoughts, I would like to offer a compromise to the citizens. Socrates shall be exempt from imprisonment. As an alternative, he will be assigned work at the refuge shelter as a form of exile. Additionally, he will have to personally bear the cost of replenishing the medical supplies. To some citizens, such punishment might be more daunting than spending time in prison, so there's no need to worry about others following suit. This is all I have to add. Everyone please begin voting. Please hold, Lady Aglaya. I still have a question. How do you intend to deal with that bunch of Outlanders? A faint smile crosses Aglaya's face, as if she has been anticipating this question all along. The fate of the Outlanders does not lie with me nor the Council of Elders, but with the citizens. If you support them, offer a helping hand. If you oppose them, speak directly. Even if you are not connected by golden threads, expressing one's mind shouldn't be too hard. Just like this old one, his stance is clear. His actions have indeed made an impact. Some have benefited, while others have faced punishment. If every citizen was like him, with the clash of wisdom and will, a clear path would emerge. Now it's time to declare your stance. Please continue, Elder Etro. He's at a loss for words. Then citizens, please raise your hand to vote. Finally, 60% of the votes support Soctires' exile. The guards escort the old man away. Both he and the student quickly pack up their belongings and leave the holy city. The citizens at the plaza start to scatter, with people digesting what just happened. In what direction should this city head towards? No one seems to have the answer. But at the very least, it leads toward tomorrow. Whereto shall we go? I heard your entire speech, honored guest. Perhaps you are more suited to be in the debate arena than I imagined. But participating in such debate has risks. Public opinion is like an open flame. No one can predict where it will be directed. What happened to the Outlanders at the Abyss? The guards at the Holy City escorted all the Outlanders who could be found. Of course, they were not brought within the city walls, but to the shelter. This is the greatest mercy I can offer. What's your view on the Outlander situation? Oh, I thought I expressed it quite clearly in court. Though some words cannot be exposed to the light of day, the resources of the Holy City are limited. This truth cannot be changed by our attitudes. Akama can't help everyone. As long as the threat of the Black Tide exists for another day, this tragedy will not cease. Hence, we have to hunt down all of the core flame. Let's chat again next time. Indeed, honored guest. We still have much to do. Farewell. Well, that was indeed a very interesting questline. Alright, so I guess that finishes 2 quest lines. We managed to do an event and another quest line. And that only took about like an hour and a half. But thank you everybody for stopping by. Next time, I guess we'll do... What was that other one? Whereto shall we go? Next time, I was once in Arcadia. I'll see you all then. If you want to stay updated on all my endeavors and what I plan on doing in the future, the best way to do that would be to join my Discord. Links are out there. You can find them if you know where to look. I trust your intelligence and ability to do so. Ta-ta for now. Stay safe, everyone.